This is Joni from Amusa interviewing the Mexican writer, director, and producer Kyzza Terrazas. And how was my pronunciation?
Amazing.
All right.
Better than my Finnish.
Yeah, probably. Then my first real question, how are you doing?
I'm very well. I'm very happy to be here in Finland. In another, I have always been here during the winter,
Yeah.
and right now is not winter, so it's really nice to see the city, in a different light.
Then let's talk about your upcoming movie, Bayoneta. How would you describe this film to someone who doesn't know anything about it yet?
Well, I would describe it as a journey of cultural and emotional turmoil or something like that. I think it's a film that, like I was saying, it tries to explore, a man, a character with a dark past, someone who's trying to come to terms with it, who wants to forgive himself or is trying to do so because of something he did in his past, and is living in a foreign, cold, and dark place, and which is at the same time a kind of expression, a visual expression of what he's feeling inside, and oddly enough, in this landscape, in this alien environment, he manages to come to terms with his past.
Being a Mexican, how did you end up basing Bayoneta in Finland and working with Finnish people?
Well, I ask myself that question every morning. No. I mean, actually, there's a question in the movie, because everyone asks themselves that question when they see these films. Why Finland? Why? It's like it seems so out of left field in a sense, and it is. And that's how, that's why we did it, because it was, we wanted to explore something strange, something unique, but it wasn't like we were, inventing things. We did research, and actually when we started doing some research, like actual research here, we found Mexican people in boxing gyms in Helsinki and in Turku. So that was like, okay, we're not so crazy, because boxing is there's a great tradition of boxing and boxers in Mexico, and usually there are so many of them, and not all of them are champions or whatever. Some of them are like working class boxers, and they work in gyms, and they sometimes go to the US, and sometimes they've come to Europe, to work, and this experience allowed us to play around, with this character. And why Finland? Because it was we thought that this was, also a country with some boxing tradition, but also a country that was, at least on the page, at least on the surface, was so different from Mexico. Maybe in Western Europe nowadays, all the main cities are filled with immigrants. There's a lot of, even if you're in England or I don't know, in France, there's so many people speaking Spanish from Latin America, and etc. So we didn't want to base the film there because it wouldn't have felt so alien. Where, we started thinking about Northern Europe, and eventually, because of the boxing tradition, because of the Kaurismäki films that I certainly love, we ended up basing the film here.
Okay, cool. Well, you have obviously worked on many Mexican projects as well. What are some of the biggest differences compared to working with Finnish people?
Well, I think Luis Gerardo was talking a little bit about that.
Yeah.
There's here, I think that people work in films like they were working like taking it as just another job in a sense. And I think that's so healthy in a sense, like people go to work and then, it comes, 6 o'clock and then you have to end there and then you come to the set next day and that's a very healthy way of approaching filmmaking or the audiovisual production.
Yeah.
In Mexico, there's a sense of that the world is ending every day when we go to the set, and there's a great film history. We have great technicians, great crew. There's nowadays that there's so many series being made. We have a pretty huge industry, but even so, there's this sense that we're always going to war, like Luis Gerardo was saying, and we were so passionate about it, and we go and fight, and it was very nice to have this other energy, which was okay, but take it easy. We don't work like that here, and actually you can work like that, and you at the end of the day you do the same things. It's just maybe it's an emotional thing.
Yeah. Then how many and what countries have you sold this movie to, Bayoneta?
Well, that I'm not sure. I mean, that's something maybe Yosu and the other producers could talk about.
Yeah.
At the moment, the film is just starting to be shown. So I don't know about theatrical releases elsewhere than here and in Mexico.
Yeah.
But probably it's going to be in digital platforms all over the place, but I don't know yet what that is.
What projects are you working on next, and are you perhaps thinking about continuing your collaboration with the Finnish Matila Röör Productions?
Well, it would be great to work in Finland again. I don't have anything in mind, but it certainly would be amazing to do something else here eventually. I don't know what. Or do another co-production, why not? We started doing this, why not to do another one? Maybe now of a Finnish guy or a Finnish girl lost in Mexico. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I've been working on the same project for the past almost 6 years, but for the past 2 years more concentrated on it, which is a series that I'm one of the creators, one of the writers and one of the producers in Mexico, called Here on Earth, which is a project that I started with Gael Garcia Bernal, and we're shooting as we speak the second season of it, and I'm very excited about that. So I've been working on that, and also I have other film projects sort of in development, but nothing close to production.
Then last question, in your own words, what is it that makes it worthwhile to go see Bayoneta? And I guess we're kind of short on time, but
I think it's to put it in very few words, I think it's a cultural and emotional journey that is unique, that you probably won't see in any other films here or elsewhere. We tried to do something weird, and I think we managed to do something weird.
yeah, I agree. Great movie.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for this interview, and good luck with the movie.
Thank you very much, man.
Thank you.